What is doing the inner work? Can people really change? If so, how can that benefit you and your military career? Stay tuned and find out. What's going on, warriors? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Nik Sarda. I am a US Navy veteran and I am an online military fitness coach. I started 2K Fitness Coaching with co-owner and my best friend Jake Dellin. What we strive to do is help service members and veterans crush their fitness goals, educate them with the right tools and skills to stay consistent and make it sustainable for them, and show them that it's more than just physical. There's a lot of mental aspect in it as well to help them unlock their true potential. Let's get into the topic of today's video. What is inner work? How do you do it? How do you get started? Neuroplasticity, never heard of it. What the hell is that? How can it benefit me? Can people really change? We're gonna answer a lot of those questions and my personal experience with all of that in this video. All right, so inner work, AKA deep work. What exactly is that? Essentially what it is it's taking a deeper look inside of yourself and building a better relationship with yourself. A lot of us, pretty much all of us, have suffered some way or learned imperfect lessons from imperfect teachers and in result have gone through trauma. So it is going inside of yourself and taking a look at what your negative behaviors, negative thought processes and patterns are and identifying them at the source so that you can effectively become a better person. Now, this may sound a little bit complex, and to be honest with you guys, it is a very long, emotional, and hard journey, but it is extremely worth it. So my personal journey started about 8 months ago. I hit rock bottom shortly after transitioning out the military. I had no idea who I was, what I was doing. It was just a really, really rough time. Because of that low that I had, I realized that I had to make a change. I couldn't keep going the way that things were going right now. The first thing I did was I stumbled upon the holistic psychologist. She's actually on Instagram. She came out with a book called How to Do the Work. Her name's Dr. Nicole LePera. And I started reading that book and started realizing a lot of things that I was doing that was really causing me to self-sabotage, not believe in myself, and have these negative behavioral patterns that were not aiding me in reaching any of my goals and making life a lot more difficult than it should have been for me. So after reading her book and taking a deeper dive into what neuroplasticity is, and for those of you that don't know or never heard of neuroplasticity, I'm gonna post it right here, a little definition. Neuroplasticity is reprogramming or rewiring the neural pathways in the brain. And this can be especially useful because you can actually change old patterns, behaviors, and habits that you used to have and replace them with good ones that aid you in life, your goals, or just helping you become a better, healthier, happier person. So Dr. Nicole LePera's book really opened my eyes to how much trauma and negative behaviors and patterns that I personally had. It forced me to really, really look inward and dig deep and figure out what the cause of all of this was, why I was self-sabotaging myself, why I had this disbelief that I couldn't achieve the things that I wanted to achieve, why I would react to certain ways or get triggered in certain ways or to certain words or things. After doing that for a little bit, I actually joined a business coaching program called Wake Up Wealthy. This program completely changed my life. I did not expect it to be what it was. I thought I was gonna learn a lot of systems and tactical things to help my business essentially. But what they really focus on is not so much the business, but the entrepreneur themselves. And they help you do the inner work even further through NLP sessions, which is neuro-linguistic programming, which is essentially going into your subconscious, looking at old memories, thoughts, core beliefs that you have, and changing the memory, changing the feelings behind that so that it can be a positive one or a constructive one. And what this does is it helps you become become a more effective and mentally healthy person. It really is so amazing because NLP, the change happens almost instantaneously after the NLP session. You feel different. It's almost scary how quickly the positive changes happen. And so after getting into this brotherhood, doing more inner work, doing more deep work, learning from my mentors, understanding spirituality, which is, as my coach says, the relationship between you and yourself, developing that further, understanding what the ego really is, and I'm not talking about like big dick swinging kind of ego. The ego is something that protects the subconscious and makes sure that the subconscious is intact. Although this may sound like a good thing, sometimes your ego actually projects negative thoughts, negative actions, and doesn't really aid you in the way that you want it to. Understanding more about the ego and how I can be projecting and how I may be taking things personally because I see myself in the situation, or I'm getting triggered because it is actually something that I know to be wrong within myself. But after being with them, I really have become a completely different person through the entire program, through all the NLP sessions, learning more about spirituality, learning more about who I am, what I need to do, developing a routine, and just getting more in tune with myself and understanding who is Nik Sarda. So through all that, I became this completely different person. And this person is more of who I am, and is also the type of person that is going to get me to where I want to be in terms of life and my goals. And it is an absolutely incredible experience, and I cannot recommend it enough. Now think about it. Imagine being able to get rid of negative thought processes, patterns, and behaviors that you have that are holding you back. For you military folk, you know what that means? That means becoming a more effective sailor, airman, soldier, marine. That means ranking up. That means being able to dial in your fitness more. That means being able to have more of a work ethic and work output when you want it and need it. That means being a better leader, being more in tune with yourself. I don't really just recommend this for military. I recommend it for absolutely everyone. Everyone can benefit from doing the inner work, looking inward, and working on themselves. All right, so I kind of explained what inner work and deep work is, neuroplasticity, my little background in it, how it's changed me a little bit and benefited me, and how it could ultimately benefit you. But what I want to get into now is actual takeaways that you guys can start doing to implementing or starting your journey with inner work. So the first thing is doing research, obviously. That's how I started. That's how I stumbled upon the holistic psychologist. That's why I started reading her book. The second thing you can do is start meditating. I think a lot of people have this stigma or misconception of meditation. Meditation is not just for Buddhists, monks, hippies. Meditation is going into a mental state or practice or ritual and seeing thoughts from a non-biased or non-judgmental point of view. And a lot of very, very successful people meditate. I personally meditate every single day. It's part of my morning routine. I actually learned a very strict, rigid, and super beneficial morning routine, which I'll probably go over in another video. That Wake Up Wealthy helped me develop to become the most effective person I can every single day, to challenge myself, to challenge my ego. So we have doing your own research. We have incorporating a meditative practice. The third thing I want to say is spend more time with yourself and reflect. I've done this a lot lately since starting. As you do more inner work, you come to realize on your own some of the things that you don't like about yourself, or the things that you do not like. So I've noticed from being able to take a step outside the situation, behavioral patterns that I have that I really wanted to change. And as you go on further in this journey, you too will start to realize these things that you've been doing. When I self-reflect, I actually challenge myself. I think about, okay, Nik, what do you really want? Why do you do this? Why do you believe in the things that you do? I think challenging the beliefs that you never think to challenge is huge. Those are called your core beliefs. And they're something that have been instilled in us since we were way younger. And it's something that we never think to challenge because it's so deeply rooted inside of us. However, if you challenge your beliefs, if you challenge your core beliefs, that's where a lot of growth and change happens. Because let's face it, you're not always right. Your beliefs are not always right. You think they are because they are your beliefs. And challenging them can really help you keep an open mind, help you see things more for what they are versus your confirmation biased opinion or perception of what they should be. The last thing I recommend for you is do things that challenge you. I'm talking things that are really difficult that you may be thinking when you hear them, whoa, dude, I don't want to do that. So one of the things that I started doing in my morning routine is taking a cold as fuck shower first thing in the morning when I wake up. Right after getting out of my nice toasty bed, I take an ice cold shower. You may be thinking, why the hell do you do that? Well, I am challenging myself. I'm challenging my ego because it is the last thing on earth that I want to be doing. And now if I take a step back and kind of explain what the ego does, the ego wants to keep you safe. It is there to protect you. It's there to protect your subconscious. And the way it knows how to do that is by keeping you in the known. And that's why it is so hard for you to implement habit changes, new structure in your life, new routines, because your ego doesn't like that. That's new, that is foreign, that is unsafe. It wants to keep you in the safe, in the known. Me taking this cold shower first thing in the morning, even though it's the last thing I want to do, it's uncomfortable, it's unsafe to my ego, I do it anyway, and every single time I do it, I'm building resiliency. I'm building mental resiliency against the things that are holding me back, keeping me in the known. And as you might know, what doesn't challenge you won't change you. Growth happens in the unknown and the uncomfortable. So by doing this, you are challenging yourself and you are becoming stronger mentally. So guys, just to recap, the 4 tips that I have for you are: 1, doing your own research. Start diving into books. Start following people who are specialists or people who have been doing the inner work or are leading in that field and understanding what their message is, how they do it, their teachings and everything like that. Start watching some videos on it. The second thing is developing a meditation practice. Now you can do this at morning, at night. There is no right way to meditate. It is really your experience. It is your journey. It is your relationship with meditation. Although when you are first starting out meditation, I do recommend you start doing some guided meditation so you understand how to breathe, how to let go, how to fall into a meditative state. The third thing is spending more time with yourself and self-reflect. Challenge your thoughts, challenge why you do things, challenge your beliefs. And the fourth thing is do things that make you uncomfortable. Do things that challenge you. This is gonna help you build mental resiliency. All right, so I know this video is probably different than you expected, especially something that would cater towards the military audience, but I'm telling you guys, this is a tool out there to become better, more effective versions of yourself, which can lead to growth in yourself as well as your life. That means promotions, that means just a better quality of life. And you and I both know that in the military, quality of life is something that can definitely improve. Let's be honest. And so I wanted to share with you guys that this resource, this beautiful tool is out there to help you grow and have a better quality of life. So if you like this video and got something out of it, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I definitely be putting more information out this in future videos. But again, I want to thank you guys so much for watching and stay tuned for more.